The box model defines an HTML element space on the screen, and you can visualize it with DevTools. Hovering over an element shows its entire box model. And by using the diagram in the Styles panel, you can highlight each component of an element's box model individually. I mean, come on. You have to admit, that's pretty cool. Every box model is made up of 4 components: the content, the padding, which is the space between the content and the border, and the margin. Margin is the space between this element and any neighboring elements. Most people think of margin as being the space on the outside of elements, while everything from the border to the content is on the inside of elements. Now, before we go any further, I want to point out this chunk of CSS. It changes the default way the sizes of boxes are calculated. The default version is content box, and it's a little weird. Because most people look at the box model and assume that the margin is the space on the outside and everything else is the space on the inside, it would make sense for the area on the inside to represent the width and the height of an element, and for margin to not be included in this measurement. But that's not the case. With content box, width and height don't include padding or border. That's what makes it weird. For example, if you were to set the width of an element to be 800 pixels and then add padding and border, then the actual width of the element is 800 pixels plus whatever padding and border is added to the element. This is confusing because the width only includes the content. It doesn't include the padding or border, which are parts of the box model that most people think of as inside the element. This is often unexpected behavior. With border box, you don't have this problem. Both padding and border are included in the width and height of the element. So you can be safe as thinking of content, padding, and border as on the inside of the element and as margin on the outside. From here on out, when we're describing the way box sizing works, we'll assume that you're using border box instead of content box. Anyway, there's a bit more to the box model than what I've given you so far, but this is more than enough to be dangerous.